Hey everybody, welcome to the Rise or Die podcast with Stephen M. Lowisz, episode 13 here on the 1st of 2018. This is called The Old You Must Die. So everyone's setting, New Year's resolutions. I want to lose 50 pounds or, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to get the promotion. The problem is no one wants to get uncomfortable. No one wants to actually do the work and get uncomfortable, which is why no one actually goes through with the resolutions. I think it's 92% of everyone fails their New Year's resolutions by February. By freaking February. One, it's because they're committed, not interested, but two, it's because they aren't willing to get uncomfortable. The old you must die. The old you is who you were yesterday. Who you were yesterday is not going to get you what you want tomorrow. That's something that we have to keep in mind. So this morning, every 90 days, I do what I call a 90-day basically sprint. It's 90 days. It's cramming a year's worth of goals into essentially 90 days. So I started yesterday by developing what are my year goals. And it's a goal that for body, being, balance, and business. Each goal is really one that should take me a couple of years. And then I break it down into 90-day chunks. So I can essentially try to get 4 years worth of shit done in 1 year. So I did the year goals yesterday. Or I should say targets, because there's an expiration date. And I did my next 90-day outcomes this morning. And I was sitting there this morning doing these outcomes, knowing that whatever I type down now is going to put me in a world of hurt. It's going to be sleepless nights. It's going to be more work than I've ever experienced, which is, that says a lot if you know me. These goals are scary. These targets are scary. These targets are targets that I didn't want to write down because of the fear associated with them, the fear of the work ahead, the fear of failure. It probably took me 45 minutes to write down 4 targets, one for body, one for being, and then balance and business. And it took me 45 minutes. And the targets are targets that I've been toying with for a while, but I haven't committed to them. Now that they're written down, I have to commit. I have to measure myself each and every day. And it's scary. I mean, for me, for example, one is going from 90K in debt to at the end of the year, I want to be out, and really it's 100K in debt at this point. I want to not only be out of debt, but I want to have made 300K. So essentially come out on top with 200K. I mean, how the hell am I going to do that? I've made 110K before at 19, 20, 21 years old. But I've never made 300. How the hell am I going to do that? The point of all of this is who we are yesterday and who we are today will not get us what we want tomorrow. We essentially have to die and get born again. And I don't mean in a spiritual sense, although I do follow, Christian being born again. We have to essentially die and rebirth ourselves every single day. We have to be okay with getting uncomfortable. We have to be okay with cutting people out of our lives. We have to be okay with, stretching ourselves socially and networking with people that actually do improve our lives. We need to be okay with getting up at 4 a.m. and going to bed at 11 or 12 at night. We got to be okay with getting uncomfortable. No one is actually going to get their New Year's resolutions done without getting uncomfortable. And what I would add to that is, if your New Year's resolution seems feasible, you're also not going to accomplish it. Because it's not going to stretch you to make any changes. It's not going to make you a new person. It's not going to make you better yourself in any way, shape, or form. If your New Year's resolutions don't scare the shit out of you, you're doing it wrong and you're bound to fail. Set New Year's resolutions, put an expiration date on each one, and make sure that they actually scare you, that they intimidate you. Don't worry about the how. Now, don't put something stupid down like, I make $30,000 a year and I want to go to $1 million. Maybe you want to go from 30,000 to 90,000 or 100,000. That's more realistic. I'm not saying that you can't do $1 million. You need to make it an impossible goal, but you don't want to make it so ridiculously stupid that you need to be the next Facebook owner to actually get your shit done. You're probably not going to be the next Facebook owner, but you can be the new version of you, the redefined version of you. And it sounds corny, but it all comes from being okay with being scared of the targets that you put in front of you, put an expiration date on them, put down the pen and paper, and then go back to the how. Write them in pen so you can't erase. Write down targets that scare you. The new you cannot be the same as the old you. The old you is not going to get what the new you wants. That's episode 13 for January 1st. As we head into the new year, let's go make big shit happen. As always, do someone a favor. Share this podcast with someone, especially someone who's setting New Year's resolutions today. Probably waking up from a hangover and getting started tomorrow. You're losing a day, but hey, share it with someone. Let's get our shit together and let's go down this road together.